that there was maybe a couple giggles over this question. So here, all we see in the news all the time, every time we turn on the TV, is troubles between religious groups constantly, that the Shiites, the Sunnis, and the Kurds are just constantly, like, everybody hates each other is basically what it shows in our news all the time. And does that affect, like, or even dictate the relationships, friendships, things when you're younger?
I want to, we had this conversation with Haneen before. I want to point out something. The Shiis, the Sunnis, and the Kurds, it's kind of different. I think you've mixed it up. Shiis and Sunnis are two different religious groups, and Kurd is one of the ethnicities. Kurds and Arab live in Iraq, even Assyrians, and they have different religions. It's either they're Sunnis or Shiis or Christians. So, and we have another ethnicity, Turkmens. They still live amongst us. And I think what's shown in the TV, and you Americans would see, it's the wrong image of Iraq, because all these ethnicities with different religion, they live peacefully among Iraq. The only thing that corrupts this peace is the governmental authorities. It's them who made all these conflicts, and they fight over power, and they separate the religions. You know, the Shiis and the Sunnis in the community, like in the neighborhood, they're all living together. But when you see a Shia and a Sunni in the government, they're against each other. They do things so that they would hurt the other side. Besides all, we are all Muslims, and we live among each other, and there's nothing wrong with us. You're just getting the wrong image of us. We're all living together, but it's the authority and the government that is giving you the wrong image of us.
Well, and that was another question that I had, because you hear, we get the idea of that the Shias and the Sunnis are, two sects of Islam, but then there's also these portrayals of it as ethnic groups.
No.
That's so, when we see it, and it's like, well, so which is it? Is it a culture or this? And we all know that they're parts of the religion, but we don't. It's also shown to us as being like ethnic groups as well.
No, they're not like that. They're the Shiis and the Sunnis, they live together, but it's the government, the parties, like the Shiis, they're all together, and the Sunnis are all together, and they're opposing each other, while the people are not. So as I told you, it's all the government, and they have, the dominant power, so that's why they're more obvious to the outer world than the real community is.
I will answer you first about the young people you said between the Shia and the Sunni. I will answer you with absolutely no. I am in a school that's mixed between Shia and Sunni, and we really like each other. And the Christians there as well. We all have conversations together, religious conversation. We even pray together, and then congratulate each other after we finish. It's more than we like each other. We live in peace. We tell secrets to each other. We live in really, really peace, There is we don't even thought that's a Shia or a Sunni. This I didn't even cross my mind when I talked to them. It's just as Jilla said, it's between the old people who want, to take control of the country, to split the country. They find this way they can make use of this subject, so that they can split the population into the Sunnis and the Shiites. And this is a really tricky way to take control of. That's all I have.
Yes, as my friend said, it's exactly the same. It doesn't affect youth like us. We live in a mixed-up community. We live all together in schools. I have friends from all the religions, and we are all okay. And we also we sometimes discuss these things, but we don't get in arguments or we don't fight. We all are living in peace, and it's okay for us. Yes, I think I don't want to talk in anything politics, but yes, the problem is actually with the government, with the politicians. It's all about them. They make use of our religion in a wrong way. To like for their own sakes and their own uses, this is the wrong image that they get to the world by their wrong decisions that they make. But for youth, we will work to make this better and to make to show the right image of the two groups. And I want also to mention that Islam is not all about these two groups. We have like hundreds of groups that live in together peacefully, and we all have the same religion, and even with the other religions we live in peace. So it's not about being in that group or this religion, it's about being you as a human in your community.
Very well said. We'll start here and then we'll go down.
I think so. You have wrong information about who's Sunni or Shia. We don't have a difference between who's Sunni and Shia or Kurdi. We play together and celebrate together. And you can say my best friend is Kurdish, right here, Gila. And my best friend is now in Chicago. That's okay.
I will answer you with an example. Here we are as students of ILIB exchange program. We are about 50 students, most of them my best friends, and I don't know if they are Shia or Sunni or even Christian. In front of you, my best friend Aus, and until now I don't know if he's Sunni or Shia, and I don't want to know. And
The same for me, by the way.
And Gila, I wasn't know if she Muslim or Christian, and I didn't ask her that because I don't care. I don't care if she was a Christian, she is Sunni, because we are all human. Iraqi people live together in peace, and what do you know from the media is just a political war. Most of the media channels don't say the truth. They just say what they want people think of, but you can't know about people if you didn't live with them. For example, I didn't know about the American people if I didn't live with them. When I lived with them, I felt like know lots of new things about them, that all of people could live together, even if Muslims, Christians, different religions could live in peace without any wars or what media is saying. That's it.
No, that's very well said, and thank you all for answering that, because, like I said, here in Montana, we're more isolated than a lot of states. You look, we literally have more cows in our state than we have people. So I've heard all of you talk about, growing up. What do young people in Iraq most look forward to about becoming adults?
I actually look for to be more active when I grow up more, and like to participate in a lot of organizations and be active and build my community, because when you're older than now and when we grow up, we can be more confident about ourselves and we can participate more in our community. It's easier than now, and yeah.
Well, this is a personal question because everybody wants to have its own goal. For me, I want to have an extraordinary life, something unusual. As just I mentioned, there is like a straight line for life in Iraq. Just steps that you will follow. That's wanted by your parents. And I don't want so. I want to make my own projects. I want to create an organization, participate in an organization, doing something that's unusual and unfamiliar. I also want to be a scientist and discover something. That's really I hope to. And I don't want to live a simple life. I want to be something unforgettable, something that will be remembered by people. That's what I want.
Okay, so personally, I want to be a vet. But young people in Iraq, most of them are forced by their parents to achieve doctors or engineers. and that's not in my family. My family supports me in everything that I do. I want to be in an area like where art is, or I want to be a vet. A vet is not very common in Iraq, so I want to make some change in my country.
I know, right?
For me, as a designer, I want to build strange buildings and strange design, so the tourists will see it, just feel in shock. What is that? Where is that? I want to go there. So they come to my country and see the different things over there and see the buildings. And I want to just support the nature in my city and my country, because I just see the nature in Montana is so beautiful, so I want to back and reflect that in my city.
That depends on the education of those persons in Iraq. For example, if, the youth, some of them, like we are as a students, traveled out of Iraq and see the different countries. When they come back, they back with the full of hope to develop, to change. For example, when I saw the United States, I wondered why can't we make Iraq like that? That nature, that rules, different things, beautiful things here. We can. It's not impossible things, but it depends on the people. We should aware the people, and then we could achieve everything. Yeah.
I think all of the youth around Iraq, they're trying to make a change because, you know, we've been one of those countries that are left behind and not progressing. And I think everyone is willing to do something so that they would change something in their community. Personally, for me, I want to work in the medical field so that I can help supporting the public health insurances.
Oh, so it sounds like I understand you have all gotten the opportunity to travel and come here. Is that something that a lot of students in Iraq get to do? Do a lot of students get the opportunity to travel, like to other places in the world, or?
Well, first of all, it depends on the individual student and their families, maybe. But it's all about the opportunities and the chances. We got this chance, and we didn't let it go. We just used it. If anyone who in Iraq who is like us, who had the hope to develop themselves and be something new and educated more, they have the chance to do it. But not everyone wants that, actually, because we still have some traditional causes or some families that they don't want to, especially for girls or women. We're not more allowed to do these things, but now we're developing this to a better way and changing it to get even better and have open-minded people.
Well, of course, not everybody has such a great chance to participate in such exchange program. You know, not many people. It also depends on the person's personality, individuality. You know, what is this person? What is intention? What did he want to do? Do you want to serve the country? Do you want to do it being selfish? We got this chance, and our job is to make use of it. Not for only ourselves. When we get back to Iraq, we got to spread all of what we get know. To spread all this experience, to make use of this experience, to apply it in projects, making something, not just passing this chance away. As I just mentioned, not everybody gets such a chance.
To answer your question, there are no many chances for students and young people to travel alone and have some exchange programs. There are less exchange programs, and if there are some, there aren't in the whole Iraq. Some places in it. So no, not a lot of them.